to our Bright Side Physics channel. This is Prasad. I am going to explain about the H.C. Verma solutions, chapter number 1, Introduction to Physics. Now that is very important one, objective number 2. So in this objective number 2, multi-answer questions. So it is a difficult task to answer the multi-answer questions. It's very important topic. So kindly pay more attention on this one. So now the first question, the dimensions m l to the power of -1, t to the power of -2 may correspond to A. Work done by a force, B. Linear momentum, C. Pressure, D. Energy per unit volume. Everybody will get confused to answer the multi-answer questions. So that's why how to answer the multi-answer questions, to check each and every answer like objective one. So first of all, to answer this question, this is the dimension that is given. That is correspond to A, B, C, D. Which one? So first, work done by a force. So we know that work done is equal to force into displacement. So force is nothing but mass into acceleration. So mass, that is m, acceleration L t to the power of -2, and displacement that I will take as L. Now the final m L square t to the power of -2. Is it correspond to this one? No. So it is not the correct answer for that. Now take linear momentum. So linear momentum I will take like this. P is equal to mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. So mass can be written as m, velocity L t to the power of -1. So final m L t to the power of -1. Is it correspond to this one? No, these two are not equal. So that's why it is also not answer for that. Now going for pressure, we know that pressure is equal to force by unit area. So what is the dimensional formula for force? Mass into acceleration. So that is mass acceleration L t to the power of -2 divided by area. Area is nothing but L square. So the final answer is m, here L to the power of 1, L square. So there what we are getting, L to the power of -1 and t to the power of -2. Now see these two compare. That means this is correspond to this one. So that's why it is the answer for this. Then check the third one on, fourth one also. That is energy per unit volume. That is energy by unit volume. So energy, potential energy, kinetic energy. So whatever the energies are there. So we know the dimensional formula for energy. That is m L square t to the power of -2 divided by volume is nothing but L cube. So now the final m L to the power of -1 t to the power of -2. Now check these two. Yes, it is also equal. So that's why D option is also equal. That means C and D are the answers for this question. Now the second question, that is choose the correct statements. A dimensionally correct equation may be correct. B, a dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect. A dimensionally incorrect equation may be correct. D, a dimensionally incorrect equation may be incorrect. So total 4 options are there. So first of all we have to learn some important point. What is that? The physical quantities having symbols plus, minus, equal to, greater than, less than, etc. have same dimension. This is very important one. Now to solve this one, the familiar example we will take, it is given in H.C. Verma textbook. That is S is equal to ut plus half at square. First of all, we have to write the dimensions for this. S is nothing but L is equal to u is nothing but velocity. That is nothing but Lt to the power of minus 1 time, that is t, plus here half numerical. So acceleration Lt to the power of minus 2 and t to t square. So here L is equal to L t to the power of minus 1 and t to the power of 1 plus L t to the power of minus 2 and t square. Minus 1 plus 1 minus 2 plus 2. So the remaining is L is equal to L plus L. Now use this one here. The physical quantities having symbols plus, minus, equal to, greater than, less than, etc. have same dimensions. By using the familiar example S equal to ut plus half at square, we will solve this one. So now the first one. A dimensionally correct equation may be correct. Dimensionally correct equation may be correct. So dimensionally correct equation S equal to ut plus half at square. It is dimensionally correct. Then the equation is also correct. Now I will write here S is equal to ut plus half at square. Second one, a dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect. So here observe properly. A dimensionally incorrect equation may be so that is what is that? S is equal to ut plus at square. It is dimensionally correct, but here half is not there. So that's why a dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect. It is incorrect. Now we will take C. A dimensionally incorrect equation may be correct. So S is equal to u plus half at square. It is dimensionally incorrect. May be correct. It is right. No, this is wrong. See this. A dimensionally incorrect equation may be incorrect. Same equation I am writing here. S is equal to u plus half at square. Observe again. A dimensionally correct equation may be correct. Yes, it is correct. A dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect. Dimensionally correct equation, but it is incorrect. So it is also correct. Next, a dimensionally incorrect equation may be correct. No, it is wrong. D, a dimensionally incorrect equation may be incorrect. Yes, it is also right. So A, B, D are the right answers for this question. Now the question number 3. Choose the correct statements. A. All the quantities may be represented dimensionally in terms of base quantities. B. A base quantity cannot be represented dimensionally in terms of the rest of base quantities. C. The dimensions of a base quantity in other base quantities is always 0. D. The dimensions of a derived quantity is never 0 in any base quantity. So this is the question. Answer this question. First of all, we should put a I on A first. All quantities may be represented dimensionally in terms of base quantities. So it is correct or wrong? Once we will take one example. That example we will take as work is nothing but force and displacement. Force into displacement. So the dimensional formula for work, what is that one? M L square T to the power of minus 2. So all the quantities represented in terms of base quantities M, L, T. It is correct. Now B. A base quantity cannot be represented dimensionally in terms of rest of base quantities. But what are base quantities? Mass, length, time. So here, simply listen properly. Mass is the base quantity. Cannot be represented by L and T. So it is also correct. A base quantity cannot be represented dimensionally in terms of the rest of base quantity. Mass cannot be represented in terms of L and T. That is also correct. Now see, the dimensions of a base quantity in other base quantities is always 0. First of all, I will take mass. Mass to the power of 1. But what about L? 0. T? 0. Then I will take mass to the power of 0, L to the power of 1 and T to the power of 0. And another one, mass to the power of 0 and L to the power of 0 and T to the power of 1. So here one base quantity, here another base quantity and here another base quantity. So whatever the base quantity is present, remaining base quantities are always 0 only. So it is also correct. Now we will go with the D. The dimension of a derived quantity never 0 in any base quantity. So this is very important one. The dimension of a derived quantity is never 0 in any base quantity. But what is derived quantity? The derived quantity which we are getting from the fundamental quantity. That we will take one simple example, that is velocity. Velocity. What is the dimension formula for velocity? L t to the power of minus 1. So velocity is equal to L t to the power of minus 1. So here in this one, the dimension of a derived quantity is never 0 in any base quantity. So in this case, it can be written in another way also. That is m to the power of 0, L to the power of 1 and t to the power of minus 1. Here what is the question given? Never 0. But here 0 is there, no? So that's why it is the wrong answer. So what are the correct answers here? A, B, C are the correct answers. Those who are watching my channel for the first time, like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.